And even to Zubats in the middle, the
Lillard, okay, and at the other end of the floor on Paul George. Covington, when they can get to it, this was in transition, they didn't get to it. Paul George against their guards.
Paul George last week, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists on average. And a 4-0 week, and George has got it cooking early. Back-to-back possessions. Reggie Jackson, high-volume shooter so far this year. And Bledsoe left open in the corner. Covington lets him fire, and Bledsoe hits it. So excited to coach Anthony Simons, the slam dunk champ a year ago. He said, there's a lot to his game I love. Jackson fires a long three, and that one's good. He is not afraid. It's here. Covington to the hole. Lost the handle. Stripped by Paul George, a great defender. Now man running the floor, and man lays it in.
That's what man does.
To this season. Oh, sweeping hook. Another offensive board, but Zeller can't put it back. Clippers by 4. George pulls it, and George hits it. Conference foes matching up to teams that have high expectations this season. George off to a great start tonight. Little shake and bake. High arching shot. Scores over Covington.
And
by Oculus from Facebook. Paul George.
Great footwork on the spin. And then down almost behind the backboard. Shoots this 3 for 3.
Puts Portland back in front. Their first lead since the first quarter when it was 26-25. Up top for Zubats. What a find. Back to the lob from PG-13.
And here it is. You see Nurkic on the drop.
Play it straight. Play it straight. We got something else working. All right, let's get a stop right here. Good job. Come on.
Here with George. Al's been given the heavy burden of guarding George. He scored some points as well. Little step back three, and George stays hot.
And here it is. He gets the switch, so he gets McCollum. Not as good a defender as normal. And most of them were on those pick-and-roll plays.
Clippers with the ball first here in this third quarter with a 1-point lead. Let's hear from Allie LaForce. Allie, I know you had a chance to visit with Ty Lue coming out of the locker room as George gets a friendly bounce to get it started here in the second half.
Great defense by the Clippers. The Blazers never got the ball reversed to the other side of the floor. They played 2-on-2 on one side.
Counted continuation for George, and one.
Paul George here, just on the attack against drop defense. The first
Clippers by 7, just under the 8-minute mark. Down on the floor is Powell. George steps back, takes a peek, and cashes it in.
He really tries to take over, and he's doing it now.
He's 10 for 20 from the field. He's got 25. George leaves it. Zubats, yes. At each other. Good team defense there by those two.
But great play coming out of the timeout by Chauncey Billups. He just couldn't knock it down.
Batum on the assist from George. Nick Batum hits another 3. Clippers going after their 5th consecutive win after a slow start to the year. Damian Lillard on George. He goes to work. He spins twice. He is fouled and one. Paul George.
Clippers down, use some clock, and get the shot. Norman Powell a little late coming on the double team as he isolated on Lillard. And it's an and one. And
finals a year ago and lost to the Suns. That was without Kawhi Leonard, who was out in the second round. We saw Kawhi in the building with the Clippers. In crunch time, the Clippers stepping up defensively. And some big buckets late. Shot clock at 6. Here's Batum. Have the hot hand. Oh, he stays hot. Nick Batum. Perhaps as well. George will exit. And a big hand for Paul George on his way out. Coming on their home floor. George with 24. Nick Batum with 22. The Clippers get...
I feel like the team's defense held up. Obviously, we wasn't happy with the way our offense looked. But it was early in the season. All we had to do was just shoot the shots that we were getting, shoot them with confidence, and we're doing it now.
You knew coming into the season you wouldn't have Kawhi, and you said publicly, I want to be ready for my team. You've been playing at an MVP level.